Hey everyone, this is Chesh here, and I'm back with a new deck tech. Uh, this is kind of gross. Don't get me started. I know, I always say I want to play the fairest decks as possible to have a lot of fun, but somebody asked me for a Tamiyo Field Researcher broken grossness, and that's what you're gonna get. Now, before we start, don't forget to go down below in this video and check out those links in the description below. You can get a percentage off over at inkgaming.com by using the code Cheshire10. You should also check out my articles at puremtgo.com because that is my home for a freelancer, I guess. It's where I reside, and you should all definitely be visiting that just to basically go and read my articles and stuff. Oh, I'm waffling, aren't I? That's fine. Alright, so let's get into the discussion. First off, we have Bant Commander Tamiyo Field Researcher for 1 colorless, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue for a 4 loyalty Tamiyo Planeswalker. Choose up to 2 target creatures until your next turn. Whenever either of those creatures deals combat damage, you draw a card. We can use this on anyone's creatures. We also don't care. -2, tap up to 2 target non-land permanents and they don't untap during their controller's next untap step. Tamiyo can protect herself, but I mean, we just want to use that +1 to just get to like 5 loyalty so that we feel a little bit safer with the cushioning and the hopefully not dead. -7, draw 3 cards. You get an emblem with. You may cast non-land cards from your hand without paying their mana costs. What is this sorcery? I know what you're saying. That's not that broken. You have to get it to 7. Tamiyo's not going to get there on her own. How are you going to do this? Well, our signature spell, of course, is Sorcery Eldritch Evolution. 2 green and 1 colorless. As an additional cost to cast Eldritch Evolution, sacrifice a creature. Sounds fine. Well, what are you going to do? Sacrifice a creature, get something? Search a library for a creature card with a converted mana cost of X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library and exile Eldritch Evolution. Right, so here's the thing. It is going to enter the battlefield. It is going to come down and it is going to do something really stupid. We already know this, right? Deep Glow Skate. 4 colors and 1 blue for a fish. Not kidding, it's a fish. When Deep Glow Skate enters the battlefield, double the number of each kind of counters on any number of target permanents. So we're just going to ult Tamiyo pretty much straight away, and then we're going to start going nuts. So we need some 3-cost creatures that hopefully have a little bit of protection and also that we can utilize in synergy with our deck. So how are we going to do that? Well, we have, of course, True Name Nemesis. This is 2 blue and 1 colors for a Merfolk Rogue 3/1. As it enters the battlefield, choose a player. True Name Nemesis has protection from that player. Spellseeker for 2 colors and 1 blue. When Spellseeker enters the battlefield, Human Wizard 1/1, you can search your library for an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 2 or less, reveal it and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library, which we're going to put over here, because I'm going to show you what this is specifically going to target. Reclamation Sage is 2 colorless and 1 green. When it enters the battlefield for a 2/2 Elf Shaman, you get to destroy target artifact or enchantment. We have Mirror Image, which we probably aren't going to play unless we have a creature out, let's be honest, because of what it does. For 2 colors and 1 blue, it's a Shapeshifter. You can have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature you control, which, again, we're going to put that aside a little bit because that is also very useful. Eternal Witness, 2 green and 1 colorless for a Human Shaman. When Eternal Witness enters the battlefield, you can return target card from your graveyard to your hand. It's a 2/1 Human Shaman. A Prowling Serpapod, which is 2 green and 1 colors for a Cat Snake. What you gonna do? It is a 4/3 and it can't be countered. Creature spells you control also cannot be countered. We of course have good old ugly ass Troll Ascetic. It's a bad aesthetic, isn't it? 1 colorless and 2 green for a Troll Shaman with Hexproof, which has Regenerate for a green in the colors, and it's a 3/2. So, we now have our ways to get our Deep Glow Skate, which is pretty cool. How are we going to capitalize on that emblem? Well, I'm happy you asked. So the first thing we need to do is we need to establish how we're going to be drawing a whole bunch of cards. You remember what I was saying about Spellseeker? Well, Spellseeker can go and get us an Enlightened Tutor. So 1 white, instant, search your library for an artifact or enchantment card, reveal that card, shuffle your library, put that card on top. We can use that to go and fetch either Guardian Project. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature, you can control... We'll cut that. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, draw a card. So pretty much this means whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you're going to be drawing a card, basically. We can also go and get one of our combo pieces, which is Ashnod's Altar. 3 colors, sacrifice a creature, add 2 colors to our mana pool. So we can give ourselves a whole heap of mana. And we're going to put that over there because that is part of another combo we're about to talk about. Worldly Tutor. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal that card to all players. Shuffle your library. Put it back on top. Which we can use to get our Beast Whisperer, which is 2 green and 2 colors. And whenever you cast, remember cast, a creature spell, you get to draw a card. So this is low priority because this is whenever you cast. Although, if you've got the cards in hand, you can generally speaking just do it from your emblem anyway. So, Ashnod's Altar. What are we doing with that? Oh, of course, Protean Hulk combo. Now, we're not playing a Flash Hulk combo, obviously. We're playing a Slow Hulk combo. So, for 5 colors and 2 green, this creature beast is a 6/6. When the Hulk is put into a graveyard from play because you sacrificed it to your altar, search your library for any number of creature cards with a total converted mana cost of 6 or less, and put them into play. Remember, converted 6 or less. So your Ornithopter is going to be 0. Your Memnite is going to be 0. We, of course, have some other stuff that we can grab. We've got Birds of Paradise in the deck because flying and gives us extra mana. Incubation Druid because taps for any kind of mana. Then we have the fun. Stunt Double. And I'm going to put this over here because we're going to talk about a whole bunch of these. This is 3 colors and 1 blue for a Shapeshifter 0/0 flash. You can have it copy any creature on the battlefield. Spark Double, 3 colors and 1 blue for an illusion. You may have Spark Double enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature or planeswalker you control, except it enters with an additional +1/+1 on it. And it's and if it's a creature, it enters with a planeswalker. It enters with an additional loyalty. And if the permanent is legendary, it's no longer legendary. Well, this copy isn't legendary. You know what I mean. We, of course, have Phyrexian Metamorph, which also is 1 blue, well, technically a Phyrexian blue, and 3 colors. And you can have Phyrexian Metamorph enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or creature on the battlefield, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Yeah, so funny thing that when we're playing Cradlehoof Behemoth, which is 5 colors and 3 green for a creature beast with haste, it's a 5/5, and when Behemoth enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain trample and get X plus X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So you see what we're doing here? Basically, we can Cradlehoof, and then we can copy Cradlehoof as well, and make our creatures really stupid big. Now, that's why we're also playing Peregrine Drake, because we can tap all of our mana, play it for free because of the emblem, untap all of our lands, and then tap them all again, so that we can do something really stupid, like give all of our creatures... I know, right? Give all of our creatures haste, and search our deck for a creature with a converted mana cost of X, and put it directly onto the battlefield. You're probably asking what creature we're going to be going for. Well, after we pumped everything, we're going for God Eternal Ronus. So 3 colors and 2 green, Death Touch. When God Eternal Ronus enters the battlefield, double the power of each creature you control until the end of turn. Those creatures gain Vigilance until the end of turn. When Ronus dies, put it 3rd from the top, yada yada yada, to 5/5. So you're going to give everything +10/+10. God Eternal Ronus is going to make everything plus 20 plus 20. Well, plus 20x plus 20x, depending on what the original X amount was originally anyway. So, everything's got haste because of your finale. Everything has vigilance because of your Ronus. Then you can lock everyone's spells out with good old Azor, the Lawbringer, so that they can't interrupt your combo. 2 colors, 2 white, 2 blue for a 6/6 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent can't cast instants or sorceries until that player's next turn. Don't worry about the other text, we don't even care about that at this point unless the game goes on. We also have a way to deal with some troublesome permanents if we need to. This is 6 colors and 2 green for a Terastodon. This is an elephant 9/9. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy up to 3 target non-creature permanents. For each permanent put into a graveyard this way, its controller puts a 3/3 elephant token onto the battlefield. So, we are basically just going to make everything massive. We're going to combo out and we're going to kill the entire table. Probably on turn 5 is generally a good turn for this from my testing, and it's been really great. Now, if you're going to face up a couple of combo decks as well, you also want to have some stuff in here that will either shut down their combo or provide some protection for your setup. So we of course have good old Force Spike. This one's been quite loved, as you can tell. It's very old. 1 blue, target spell is countered unless its caster spends an additional 1. That wording. We of course have a Swan Song. Counter target enchantment, instant, or sorcery. Its controller creates a 2/2 bird creature token with flying. We of course have a Spell Pierce. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. We've got Heroic Intervention to give all of our stuff indestructible and hexproof if we need to. And we of course have Mystic Confluence, which either allows us to assist in countering spells, returning creatures to their owner's hands if they're problematic, including our own if we need to, such as Ronus, so that we can keep playing it, and drawing a card. So that is it. That is how the deck runs. It is pretty funny. We of course have another thing that can copy big stupid creatures. And just in case we need another turn to put the game away or two and to stop ourselves from decking out, we have Nexus of Fate so that we can keep taking unlimited extra turns whenever we feel like, whenever we draw it. That is it. That is how Tamiyo Field Researcher is going to kill the entire board using a really gross combo. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to drop a comment down below. Let me know if there's a Planeswalker you'd maybe want me to have a look at, and I can certainly look at doing that and try and brew something up in the next couple of weeks. I have some more stuff coming up, such as a red burn deck. I know, right? And it's even Jaya, so it's just going to be like Granny Burn, which is great. Don't be ageist. I'm really old. But I'm going to be working some other stuff. I'm also working on a feather deck for Commander for my next Commander deck tech, but that might take me a week or two because I'm trying to figure out the intricacies of trying to do something better than just a Voltron You're Dead Commander. Attacking everyone on the board on one turn and killing them all sounds really fun in practice, but it's kind of boring as well because everyone's doing that. So drop your comments down below, let me know, and thanks for hanging out, I guess, or something. Bye.